praise that we existing today. What is man? Oh God, we like a vapor. Man is like a wink of the eye. Oh God, we just want to thank you for life this morning. Oh God, excellent Jesus, excellent. You excellent in all the earth this morning. And if the people don't want to praise you, you're still excellent. So Father, glorify your name. Be glorified this morning. We thank you for Mr. Donald. Thank you for the strength that you continue to bless your servant with, Lord. It's not an easy thing, Lord, to wake every morning, to do this job. But we thank you that you can keep him among us, Lord. As you give us the information, so God, he can help us, Lord, to do what is right in your sight. This morning, Lord, I come against laziness. There is so many young people these days that are lazy. Oh God, I pray that we learn from those who've gone before us, how they're able to toil the soil, oh God, and provide in the land so that we can able to reap that today. So Father, we ask you to cover this program today. Let your name be lifted up, Lord. Whatever going to be done, Lord, on this program this morning, I pray you're able to help us to be better citizens of Grenada. Our land would be flourish. So much to eat in abundance. Oh God, there is so much that we need you like in times like this. So we give you praise. We give you honor. We give you glory. In no other name, but in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen and amen.
Morning, Chester David. How are you doing?
Man, it's good to be back in Real FM again this morning. Yeah, just a few hours ago I was there.
Yeah, I know. How's the James guy?
Yeah. James, right? He's fine, from since October, he was on the program, Gospel Night, and he gone back to work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How the children, Bandy?
Last of it, a great time. They're fine.
Bandy, what happened to Pineapple? Stop beer.
They're young.
I hear you, my brother. Anyway, take care of yourself. Have a great day.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
I give thanks. One love. It's real. It's 91. This is how you do it, baby. Oh, yeah. 10 minutes off to the 9 o'clock. My name, Andre Donald, of course, with you for yet another morning. Agriculture. We doing agriculture this morning. What, am I doing politics too? I can never do a program and not have a little twist on it. I wouldn't include my guests. That's just me. Yeah, that's just me. So I'm good. You up. So you're getting ready to be good. I'm good. I had something to eat, and I'm gonna. Where is it? Oh, yeah. I have my meds. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. See? Yeah, that's my meds. Why do I take it? Well, here's what. The doctors have convinced me that if I didn't take it, I go dead. So I don't want to dead yet. Do you understand? So that's why I take it. Yeah. If I didn't take it, I go dead. So, how many? I've not really checked, You want me to check for you? Okay, fine. Hold on. Yeah. Let me check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is crazy, yeah? Yeah, I do like 12 now. And then in the evening time, like after I would have had something to eat later on, well, in the evening time, like what you call supper? Yeah, after I had some supper, then I'll take 1, 2, 3 more. And that's it until another day. Why? No, I don't really. I follow that regime, but I don't have to like take no lunchtime, evening time. No. Morning, evening. That's it. If I had to take like now and lunchtime, I did already, cause I'll forget. Honestly. But don't mind me. I'm good with all of that. Yeah, with all of that, I'm good. Today is Thursday. So on Thursdays, we do agriculture. And got a two special guests. A returnee. Yeah, you call it a returnee. And then another guest. Yeah. So it promises to be something special this morning, meaning our agricultural program. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting, yes, from studios located Main Street, Sateers, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. My name, Andre Donald. Stay with us.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
So fast pay, on you an easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Grenada, get ready for this as the St. Patrick's Organization for Development presents the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta celebration. From Friday, March 14th to Sunday, March 30th. Friday, March 14th, Street Vibes at Rusty Rose Bar, downtown Sateers. Sunday, 16 March, church service at the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church. Friday, March 21st, bonfire inside Montreat St. Patrick's. Saturday, March 22nd, it's Soca Karaoke at Diddy's Bar, opposite the Fun Playing Field. Sunday, 23rd March, Mountain Jam, Celeste Mountain Road. Thursday, 27 March, Health Walk from River Sally to Sateers Bus Terminal. Friday, March 28th, it's the Calico United After Work Live, downtown Sateers at Calico's parking lot. Saturday, March 29th, it's the Sailing Festival and Food Fest at the Breakwater Beach, downtown Sateers and Main Street Sateers. And on Sunday, March 30th, it's the final Street Fiesta on the streets of Sateers. So mark these dates down on your calendar. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The St. Patrick's Day Fiesta celebrations is on Friday, March 14th to Sunday, March 30th. See you there.
Yes, agriculture is the number
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carrico. Martinique too. Friends in the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. How you doing, you mighty people of Grenada? You know I love you so much, eh? Sometimes I wonder, why do I love you so much? Let me talk to Drumsticks. Good morning, Drums.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I read from the Word of God, Psalm 136. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks unto the God of gods, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his mercy endures forever. To him who alone does great wonders, and his mercy endures forever. To him that by wisdom made the heavens, for the mercy endures forever. To him that stretches out the earth above the waters, for his mercy endures forever. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
Well, thank you very much. How you doing today, girl?
I'm good. Brother Bandy, good morning. I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, you hear him?
Yeah.
How are your children?
Everybody all right, but I have some family that die, you know.
Yeah, I listening to Bandy. I heard that. Who's that?
My aunt and daughter in Canada died.
Okay.
And then my father and niece daughter died.
Wow.
And then the girl that burned today in St. James, she's my mother cousin.
Well. You have data wrong, yeah, girl.
Yeah, boy. What to do?
Alright. How the girls?
Everybody all right for the time, you know.
Jump sit down. How many boys do you have? 10?
No. Five boys. And I have 9 children, you know. 5 boys.
Yeah, I know it's 4 girls, but I didn't know how many boys, yeah. All right. Well, the God did say go and multiply now. You remember?
Yeah.
So, if you have to go in heaven because you follow one rule, you reach already, okay, you say go and multiply.
I hear you.
All right, my darling.
I think today is today's my brother birthday, you know.
Which one?
My brother, I call him, his name is Ewin. Ewin, yeah. Mm-hmm. He live upper capital. I wish him all the best and God bless him. I wish him to see many more to come. But I wish today, you know, I think.
All right, so sing him happy birthday. Sing happy birthday. Sing it. Sing happy birthday for you.
I can sing it.
Sing, I tell you.
I cannot sing.
Just do a little bit.
Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Drum 6?
May you live.
Watch, let me tell you something. Go on.
Happy birthday to you.
Drum 6.
Yeah.
You see that singing thing? Don't do it again, eh? Do that. Drum 6, them people and them what dead around you. If they hear that and they try to get up, they going back and sleep, you know, they don't.
Oh God, don't say that.
Yeah. Anyway, darling, take care of yourself, yeah?
Yeah,
and
bye-bye.
Stay strong. Stay strong. The girls they gone to work already?
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay, bye. Mm-hmm. It's real. It's 91. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. We've got the weather report. Yeah, that's coming up in a couple of ticks right here. Just right here on your station. We'll be giving the folks at the Met Office a call, and we should be hearing from them. And then we get smack bang into the lang.
The number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jacked this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinity.
If you're listening to basketball and hear KB, they don't mean Kennedy Budlal, they mean Kobe Bryant. If you hear AD, they don't mean Andre Donald, they basically mean Anthony Davis. If you hear TM, well, that's WNBA and they mean Trisha Miller. Good morning, Trish.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm very well.
You never had an intro like that, yeah?
No,
I tell
never.
you, they can't do it like
I don't think
us.
I'll ever had one. I have one like that again either.
Talk to me, dear.
Good morning to you listeners of Real FM. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure 1014.9 millibars, which is above the mean and it's rising. Present temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 86%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 29.6 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 24.6 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, no rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA, hence the total for the month remains at 1.7 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be generally fair. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30.5 degrees Celsius. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides will be low around 10 a.m. and high about 4 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:17. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:15. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be generally fair. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Thank you, Trish. But before you run, Trish, have you ever had a sunset in this part of the world at let's say 6:47?
6:47.
Yeah, it's like 6:45. Around
we
there.
had up to maybe like 6:36 or yeah.
And was it early sunrise? Was it early sunrise we would have had it, and probably the latest?
Sunrise maybe about 5. Let me see. I'm looking at it about 5:40.
5:40.
5:41.
Okay. Sun ever rise there at 7 o'clock? You got to laugh. What are you laughing?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Let me give you a joke, eh? And listen to the stupid Andre now. So I went to the US, first time in the US, right? And I was taken to the movies, and the movie finished like about after just about 10 past 8. And I come out to the cinema, and bro, sunshine, sunlight. So I say, well, look at that. I come in America and God done the wall just so. Because I had to look and see, I had to ask the person, me, what time is it? Yeah, and I said, but hold on. And they said, oh, summertime. I'm like, oh, summer. Yeah, I say God done the wall. Anyway, my dear, have a nice day, yeah?
Okay.
Take care of yourself. All right, Trish, goodbye. It's real, it's 91, yeah. We have fun on radio, you know. Radio is not like, straight jacketing for us. It doesn't work like that. No. Radio doesn't work like that. We just simply number one. You believe that? We are.
Yeah.
Good morning, Grenada.
Agriculture is the number one. Number one.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hey Grenada, are you ready to take charge of your future? The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is here to help you make it happen. Whether you're starting a savings journey, planning for education, or chasing your big dreams, we've got the tools and support you need. With savings, loans, mortgages, and expert financial advice, your goals are within reach. And for the youth of our nation, we believe in you. Let us help you build the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. Visit us at Jubilee Street, Grenville, Lucas Street, St. George, or our brand new modern spaces at Seton Brunk Street, Grenville.
Fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. Flow Fast Pay. Flow Fast Pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow Fast Pay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow Fast Pay. Flow Fast Pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Grenada, get ready for this as the St. Patrick's Organization for Development presents the St. Patrick's Day Fiesta celebration. From Friday, March 14th to Sunday, March 30th. Friday, March 14th, Street Vibes at Rusty Rose Bar, downtown Sates. Sunday, 16 March, church service at the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church. Friday, March 21st, bonfire inside Montreat St. Patrick's. Saturday, March 22nd, it's Soca Karaoke at Diddy's Bar, opposite the Fun Playing Field. Sunday, 23rd March, Mountain Jam, Celeste Mountain Road. Thursday, 27 March, Health Walk from Riverside to Sates Bus Terminal. Friday, March 28th, it's the Calico United After Work Live, downtown Sates at Calico's parking lot. Saturday, March 29th, it's the Sailing Festival and Food Fest at the Breakwater Beach, downtown Sates and Main Street Sates. And on Sunday, March 30th, it's the final Street Fiesta on the streets of Sates. So mark these dates down on your calendar. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The St. Patrick's Day Fiesta celebrations is on Friday, March 14th to Sunday, March 30th. See you there.
From when we used to carry it, we used to carry it. Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, number one.
Yep.
The number one.
Number one, you better believe that. Agriculture,
Why you disown?
Oh, but hold on, we have a big discussion for you this morning. I've got a returnee surprise guest, and then I've got a special guest. And we get to that in a moment, but I just seen something here. You know, I went to sleep last night, but just before I went to sleep, somebody called me. Say, "Oi, boy, you're losing." I say, "I lose it what?" Say, "I don't lose, bro." Say, "Yeah, Dre, you're gonna lose." I say, "Lose what?" Say, "Boy, you're gonna lose the election." I said, "Which election you talking about?" He said, "The Public Workers Union election." I said, "I gonna lose?" I said, "What you feel? Rumbo could beat me?" I said, "Joke you're making." I said, "Anytime you hear I do something, I go out on a limb and I decide I campaign for somebody, ask LL. Every single year LL won, it's because I campaign. So I just do a little bit of campaigning for Daisy. Did she win? I don't know. Did Daisy win? Can somebody let me know, please? Did Daisy win? She has to win because I campaigned. Come on, somebody let me know. Somebody just call me and let me know, did Daisy win? But that aside, Public Workers Union, what if Daisy wins something wrong now? We calling for a recount now. Daisy's supposed to win the thing. And Daisy, when you win that thing, if you win that, nobody message me and tell me Daisy win. I ain't follow the election. I go and sleep. Agnes Henry tell me yes she did. Okay, baby daddy saying yes. Kathleen Knight saying yes. So Daisy wins. So okay, so fine. Let Daisy. All them people and them. Yeah, Daisy. All them people and them who didn't believe that you could have win. And all of them who ain't give you a minute of free time. It's only me that gave free time, yeah? I campaigned for you a whole morning, Daisy. Alright? No, more than one, about 2 mornings. I campaigned against Rumbo. Alright? Can't take no blocking drain, man, for this thing. You crazy or what? Block drain. I want to come and be president of union. You must be mad or you're crazy? Blows. Take it out and cool it.
Yes.
Now most people say I'm mad, yeah? But
It's the number one.
yeah, most people say that I'm mad. But if you continue to say it like that, I kind of tend to I might want to believe that I am. But that's okay. They say you can't come into the world one way and go out the same way. So if I come into the world nice and thinking I going out mad, duh, it's part of life. So I did say to you that I've got a returning national. That's how I call him. A returning national with us this morning. Yeah. Lord have mercy upon us. JD, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
How you doing?
Fine, fantastic.
Good to hear you.
One day I
man.
might be famous.
Not today, and not by me. You ain't gonna be famous at all. Not today, not by me. Folks, JD, yeah, he's a returning national. You know that's how he is, eh? He disappears, he comes up, he disappears, he comes up, he's farming, he's not farming, sitting down by the road and lime, he's cleaning, he's doing community work, painting bus stop, planting Christmas tree, doing all sorts of things, yeah. That's how he is. So you just leave him to his own. And how they say, leave them alone and they'll come home wagging their tails behind them. That's all. Is that nursery rhyme or something like that? Yeah, I think Mary says, oh yeah, there's a lady in here too. Yeah, I'll share the lady now. But you're looking at the picture now and you're seeing a gentleman. That's Ansel. Ansel is with JD this morning. Good morning, Ansel. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ansel, you sound like you have a accent that comes out in the south. Hold on. However, JD tells me that you're from Barbados.
Yes, I am.
You are from Barbados?
Yes.
So where's the accent? I ain't a Bajan accent at all.
Okay, I live in South America for a number of years also.
I heard it then. I heard it then. South America?
Yes. All 3 Guyanas.
Okay.
Which will be French, Suriname,
and
English,
and Guyana.
Yes.
Okay. So you left the area now. You don't live there anymore.
Well, after we finish this project here, my wife says she liked Suriname, so she want to retire to Suriname.
Yeah. Go to Suriname. Don't go to Ghana. They have war just now. Them and Maduro got a thing going just now. But in any event, nice and welcome. Let me go back to the returning national for a minute. JD, good morning again. Why are you here?
Well, I have Mr. Ansel and Mary Watts out of Barbados. They are into, he's a hydroponic master trainer. And Grenada doing some training, which he has done with that Boca Secondary. He has done, I think he's going to do with McDonald College. He's going to do SAS. Yeah, and then plus he's training individuals into food security, setting up their own system and getting into food security.
Hydroponics, you say?
Hydroponics, yeah.
That's interesting. What have you been up to, though?
As usual, as you introduced, as you said about me, doing community, my family here and there, and quite a lot of community work.
I must say that I have not benefited from your agriculture powers these days. I know you stop farming. What happened? I ain't seen nothing. By the step when I wake up in the morning, I usually see something there. Nothing happened.
No, it's dry season.
Dry season. That's not a good excuse. For somebody else, JD, that would be a wonderful excuse. But for you, definitely not a good excuse. Nah, that ain't making sense. You could.
I returning.
Yeah, returning national. Okay, I hear you, returning national.
So you might see things on your veranda.
Let me take a quick time now to say good morning to some lovely people who already latched on online. Carol Belfon, Christine Otley, Adrian Watts, Gemma Warwood, Andrea Burke, Claude Abraham, Miriam, good morning to you. Alban Harris, what's up? Say good morning to Anne-Marie Grant, Shirley Scarrett, Theresa Joseph, Clive Raymond, Errol Bonaparte, Jeremy Christopher, what's up? Dr. Love, how you doing? Oh, did I? Yeah, there you are. Iva Holas, what's up, girl? And Marilyn Ferguson, top of the morning to you. Marilyn, are you happy that Daisy won? I need to know. Jerome Kenneth Lewis, Agnes Henry, Kathleen Knight, Pearl Charles, and we've got Christine Alexander, Kathleen Ledlow, Cynthia Bartholomew, top of the morning to you. Lisa Charles, how my dear Lisa doing? Angel, the beautiful map girl, Rachel Alexander, and John Mock, baby daddy. Hey, yeah, good morning to every single one of you. Vera Wellington and Ann Andrews, top of the morning. Now, I want us to keep it nice. I want us to keep it tight this morning. So we're going to do our best to think. So we've got section of the program with JD and Ansel. That's it? Yeah, and I got the name right. JD and Ansel. Now, let me switch to Ansel. Ansel, good morning again to you. Tell me a little bit about you. A little bit about you.
Okay, my wife and I, we are certified church planters from Barbados. We also we started a non-profit called Caribbean Aid. We normally would respond in times of disaster. We started out in Dominica with Erica, then Maria, and then St. Vincent during the last year eruption. It was during our time in Maria, in Dominica, that I pointed out to my wife, we've seen all of these different organizations. You're having US Aid, Japan Aid, UK Aid, but there's nothing to represent the Caribbean. So then my wife said, well, why don't you start Caribbean Aid? And from that's how it birthed. So it came from out of that experience in Dominica.
All right. So you're not necessarily based in Barbados?
No.
All right. And before you came here, you'd have been, as you said, in South America?
Well, we were in Barbados before we came over.
Before you came here.
Yes.
All right. Now, what do you do? That's a big question. What do you do?
Okay. Besides share the gospel, we also focusing on food security. But it wasn't always like that. We were typically missionaries, but then during the La Soufrière eruption, when we were going to respond with food and the traditional things, I felt God was saying to me, don't go that route. Rather take hydroponics to persons that would have been residents in the shelters in St. Vincent, and teach them hydroponics so that when they return back to the community, they will have a new skill and they'll be able to jumpstart the agriculture sector, because most of them were farmers. And that I did. I went to our pastors that supported us. They gave us pipes and we sailed off to St. Vincent, and that's how I started. And then from there we went to Guyana. There was flooding at that time in Guyana, so we went to see what solutions we could bring to those problems. And then I came up with the idea of building greenhouses on these plastic drums, so that when the river rise in the village, during the flooding, I'm talking about 15 feet of water, the entire greenhouse will raise so that you're able to preserve the ceilings. So when the water subsides, then farmers could start to plant.
Say that again, Ansel. You build these things
on 55-gallon
the blue
plastic,
drum, the blue plastic.
So we build a deck, put the greenhouse on it with the shade netting. So when the water level raise, the entire greenhouse would raise. Of course, we tie it off so it wouldn't float away. But that came about during my experience in South America, working in the gold mine. In the gold system, there's a thing called the Marak hole. That's where you have the engine, and the engine is placed on a deck on those same drums. So like during the course of the night, when we go back to camp and rain fall and the hole get full up, the entire engine would raise. So I applied that to the greenhouse, so that brought some solution. And then from there we returned to Barbados, where both of our parents died from COVID, because it is during COVID era. And then after they were laid to rest, we then went back to South America and did the 3 Guyanas, touring from French Guyana. Every place that would give us opportunity to train, we did it, in the jungles, in creeks. But I think the most memorable was working with the Haitian community in French Guyana. They came over from Haiti through Guyana, through Suriname, end up in French Guyana. But where they build their shanties on squatting land is like 2 feet of water or so. So they would take construction debris and backfill and then build up their shanties. So one day in question, we had just finished a training, and my wife said, well, we got some seeds, let me go and see what we could do. So my wife, she speaks Creole. So she was interpreting, and I was showing this one household and a guy outside the house how to build these bucket systems using the 5-gallon buckets, where we would, round the circumference of the bucket, we would put pockets. And then you fill that bucket with a growing medium, so you're able to plant plants around the circumference of the bucket, still in the middle. So then I saw the guy disappear, and I saw a group of people coming towards us. I can't speak French. So I asked my wife, what do you say? Then she said, well, the guy went and bring back as many persons as he could gather just to come and learn the training, because they can't do any farming. There's they can't dig the earth.
They can't dig because of water.
Right. And then they're having that construction debris or bricks and things.
Yeah.
So that went well. So I think that was one of my most memorable. And then probably another one would be on the Guyana-Venezuela border. We only had a weekend to do it. We went in the Friday, we trained, and the church, by the time we were coming out the creek on the boat on the Monday, the church had gathered all the farmers to train them in what we had taught them, because their problem was there was a community that produced cassava, so rain fell 3 or 4 months well. So when they harvest, it's all rotten. So most of their farmland is what they call backlands, away from the village. And that part of Guyana, the bushmaster is the main snake in that area. So nobody want to go to check their crops. And then you have deers passing through now, eating like the corn and those short crops. So then they were quite happy to know that they could farm closer to their homes using the technology that we empower them with.
And by saying the bushmaster, you mean in the snake, right?
Yeah, snake, yeah.
Dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah. When you walk in and you have a light, because, you know, in the jungle there's not any street light, so you're using torchlight. You normally walk with the light away from your body. Because when the bushmaster, you're going to strike at the light. So by doing that, if you know encounter, because you may not see him, and if he see you first, and he strike at you, will strike towards the light. So that would give you some degree of safe protection. But the best is to stay out of the bush in the night.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And how potent, how dangerous is it?
Daily, you die. If you don't get medical attention right away, you die.
Well, you die because you're not walking with a hospital.
Right, I know. But one of the church leaders was telling my wife of some different local remedies that they use, but I prefer to stick to antibiotics.
Yeah, let's stay away from the bushmaster.
Yeah.
Now, you're here in Grenada. On whose invitation?
Well, initially, we came over with Pastor Keen Douglas. That was last year, and then we trained with him. That's in the city, and then now this year we are working with Reverend James. He's the leader of the Presbyterian Church.
Oh, Osbert.
Osbert, right.
Yeah.
They manage McDonald Farm.
Yeah.
So we met him and we told him what we were doing, and he said, well, the college have 8 acres of land, and we could do first. I said, okay, well, let's see how. So that's how we end up in St. Patrick's to develop that farm. But during our last year, we did training in Boca. That was with MP Ron Redhead.
Yes, that's Ron's
area. Right, we did at Boca, and then we did the tongue of St. George's. I think that was with Miss Joseph. I'm not sure who that was.
But she's not the rep. She just she is the Attorney General one.
Right.
She ran in that constituency. That's the constituency of St. George, town of St. George.
Right.
She ran there, lost to Peter David.
Oh.
So Peter David is the constituency rep, and she's just the one who Attorney General, I dare say, and that is something I'm trying to figure out. What do you call these people? She represents the government, put it that way, for want of a better word. She represents, but Ron Redhead, you spoke about, is the constituency rep for St. George's Northeast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So out of that training, we were able to get a master trainer that would help work with us. His name is Reginald Collins. He's currently now in charge of all the operations that will be going on in the south of the island. He's very good. He has most of the projects we try to locate them at schools and churches, but because of his interest and passion, he has a piece of land that he's going to set up a training center for the Woodburn area, in the Woodburn area. So he's very good, very a natural facilitator.
When we're going to take a break because I have a program to play from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. But when we come back, I want you to speak to the McDonald College Farm, because they have the most lands available to them, more lands than any school in Grenada.
Yes.
And I honestly believe that they could be earning a lot more from the farms than they do at present. and I want to hear how you are going to turn the corner for them. So we'll take that break and we'll come right back. This is real. This is 91.9. Stay with us. We've got the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union program coming right up.
Welcome, listeners, to Did You Know, a 5-minute feature from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. I am your presenter, Oslin Crosby. On this week's program, we share part of an exclusive interview recorded with Grenada's decathlon bronze medalist, Lyndon Victor.
Who is Lyndon Victor? Tell us what we don't know.
Who is Lyndon Victor? Lyndon Victor is a guy that grew up in the village of Lafayette. You know, I spent most of my child days working in the garden with my father. Most of my boyhood days, I remember my brother and I were talking, and I wasn't old enough to use a cutlass, and I had my stick. You know, I was in the garden with my brothers and my dad all the time. I grew up always working hard. From the time I was 5, the people in the neighborhood was calling me Walkman. That name stuck, and they just like Walkman, because I was always there. I was always working, and you know, for some reason they gave me the title of Walkman from the time I was about 5 years old. I used to have to get up early, look after my animals, go to school, come back, train, do homework, come back, get up, look after my animals, and that's kind of how I grew up. I grew up farming, doing landscaping, you know, to help around, like my landscaping business. I started a whole landscaping business when I was 13. So I always was working hard. I knew how to balance my schoolwork with my athletics, with my businesses. For me, like I grew up just working like that. That's what I knew.
We are due now for a break. More when we return.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us on this week's program, we are sharing part of an exclusive interview with Lyndon Victor on his journey to Olympic glory.
Working hard as a mantra as a boy. From there, you started speaking to us about your sports, the athletics, your athletic life.
Yeah.
Take us now to that humble beginning of sports for you.
I feel like sports for me was always the culture in Grenada. You do sports even when you don't know you're doing sports. Like you race your friends in the street, you know, try to be the fastest in the neighborhood. I remember shaking dogs so they could chase me. So I can try to outrun the dogs in the neighborhood. But I never got into sports to be an Olympian. Like when I was in primary school, I did sports because it was something to do. I was a competitive person. So teachers at St. Dominic's RC encouraged me to do it. And I wasn't good. Like I never made parish sports. I never represented my parish or St. David's or anything like that. So I wasn't one of those athletes that you could just look at and be like, he's gonna be an Olympian, he's gonna win Olympic medals, he's gonna do this or that. Like I was never the fastest, I was never the strongest, I was never one of those guys like just a freak of like just God-given talent. You know, I never saw myself as that person. But I was very competitive. Even if you beat me today, I'll race you tomorrow. If you beat me tomorrow, I'll come back again. And that's kind of how I've always been. If I don't get something in practice, I'll go home and study. I'll go home and watch videos, I'll dwell on it. I remember my mom watching me at 12 o'clock at night because I just got done watching videos. And I went outside to practice what I was seeing. And she was like, boy, you gonna make it, you know. She was saying, well, you're gonna make it, you know. She was just encouraging me. I would take the rake and throw it. I would take stick and throw it, like as far as I could, like trying to throw it as a javelin. Or I'd take like a big stone to try to throw the shot put, just, you know, always trying to get better. And as I continued to do that, I continued to get better and better and better. And it led me to, when I entered GBSS, it led me to go into Crafter, Crafter still wasn't very good. I got third, I got beat by other Grenadians. So to me, it was one of those things where you would never look at me and think that I would be here today.
And that's it for this week. Next week, we continue to share this exclusive interview with Lyndon Victor on his journey to Olympic glory. So until next week, I am your presenter, Ocelyn Crosby. Grenville Credit Union, your financial institution who values our membership and strives to provide exceptional customer service.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without goals, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the fruits that we had. When we could do nutmeg and banana was at the highest level. Now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in computer and never get agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and never get agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes and never get agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord, Lord, Lord. All over the world you go, agriculture is number one. We soil is so rich and pure, but the youths cannot understand. Well, all the education you have, man, still can ignore the soil. Everybody want to work in office, and I know the reason why. Yes, man, everybody want to sit down in.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Radio entertainment. That will go on and on and on. You better believe that, yeah. Television, yeah, well, you know. People like to see television. Like people like to see Ansel. It is? Yeah, I think it's Ansel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Ansel. People like to see you. They're looking at you right now. They don't want to see me. They don't even want, yeah, you can wave to them too. They don't even want to see the returning national. They don't want to see him. So, Ansel, you said to me that you are at McDonald College. And
yes,
you're here at McDonald College and you're doing some work there. Tell us what you're doing at McDonald College exactly.
Well, we're focusing on developing the farm.
Mm-hmm.
We started it in February with some training persons from within the community, because this project is called Every Home Hydroponics. There's an old saying that you don't keep all your eggs in one basket.
True that.
And that goes so much so also for food security. If from my experience I saw in Guyana, there was this time of flooding and nobody can plant anything in terms of farmers, commercial farmers. Price of salary went up to like 2,000 Guyana dollars a pound. Now that, you might say, well, Guyana dollar in much, but $2,000 in any country is 2,000, right?
$2,000, yeah.
I say to myself, you know, when you go to, so when climate change impact farmers, it also impact the households, so that when you go, you either have to do without the produce or pay a higher price. So I say, well, if we could, when it comes to food security, it's not just a farmer's thing. And I think that's where the governments across the Caribbean region have it wrong. We try to focus on putting the whole burden of food security on commercial farmers, when it should be a national thing. And I think that's where the revolution was ahead, in that way they were encouraging persons to do community composting so as to reduce like the imports of fertilizer and all that. So if we really want to pay more than lip service to combating food insecurity, we need to have it on a national level, every household, so that if John, as a commercial farmer, climate change affect him this month, then you still have in your backyard, you still have under your greenhouse, you still have your produce that can help you with your nutrition intake. So we focused, that's the first thing we did, focus on families in the community. We started that. Out of this project, we also have another thing that is not unique to one country, but right across the Caribbean, is that government our ministries start projects, farmers or projects, and then 3-4 months down the line, there's no follow-up. Like in Barbados, I can speak for Barbados, for instance, there was given these shade houses out of Guyana. Everybody was excited. If you're going past by those greenhouses now, the shade house plaster is flying like a flag. The whole inside the greenhouse is growing grass. So that's a sign that happens. So what we did to combat those kind of not following up on projects like this is that we formed 2 sub-projects. One, what we call the hydro pool, where persons that pass through the training pool their resources together and import shade netting, cocoa peat, pipes to make these systems out of Trinidad. And then from that, then we form what we call a Green Brigade. And their purpose is to help each other. So like if all of us have our resources, you and I, we're going to help John this weekend. Next weekend, John come and help me. Next week, and we help each other. In that way, you're keeping that community and you're having that self-help approach. Also, the Green Brigade, will be focusing in the event of a hurricane aftermath. We'll be focusing on jump-starting back the agriculture sector. So members of this Green Brigade won't be going and repairing roofs and cleaning houses, just focusing on food security. What some of the things that we teach during this training is how to build a greenhouse. These greenhouses are made out of PVC pipe, and they're built in such a way that you could easily dismantle them in case a hurricane is coming. All the systems you could easily dismantle and put up. Because a hurricane only lasts a couple hours. Next day, you have to clean up. So I know because of the early warning, you could wait a hurricane about 5 hours away from, if it coming to your location, dismantle your greenhouse, secure it, that it can't be blown away. And that's the difference between this infrastructure and the fixed greenhouse infrastructure. In Barbados, the last hurricane, we weren't there, that passed Barbados. Most of the greenhouses that were of fixed structure were blown away, and then no insurance covered the farmers, so you had to pull your pocket.
How involved are the students of McDowell College in this, in what you're doing? Well,
we now started out, but they have a program where they go on the farm every week. So what we are doing, we're training the teacher, the agriculture teacher, we're training the caretakers, so that they will be equipped with the skills so when we leave, they could continue the training. So our focus now are training persons, not only just household, but persons that, right now we need more workshop facilitators. If we could get 60 workshop facilitators to go at different locations across Grenada, then within, let's say the next 10 years, then we could see a different landscape in terms of, as it comes to food security in Grenada, because it would also reduce penal larceny, because if everybody have learned how to grow.
Hold on. You're a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Oh, now I could understand why you said it will reduce penal larceny. That's among Christians. That's not going to happen.
No, but
that's not going to happen.
You see,
there are going to be those, Ansel, who are not going to plant. Like me, doesn't mean I'll go rob, but there are going to be those who are not going to plant, and there are going to be those who are not going to plant and they're going to steal. It's not going to stop penal larceny. It's not even going to slow it down.
You see, what my frame of reference is this. Okay, or now we talk about the greenhouse. Another thing we teach people to do is the drip to waste system. That's we're using 4-inch pipe, cutting out the center and you're filling it with cocoa peat. You're adding on a drip on it, and then
filling it with what?
Cocoa peat. That's a product that comes out of coconut shell husk that they thread and then compress it. It's a good growing medium. So we teach persons to build that. Now those kind of systems, a busy person like you put on a timer on that. You could either have it on your phone or just manually. You don't have to jump up and go and water or run home from the office to water. It comes on the times that you program it for. So you just, on the weekend, you just go on, So those are the systems and it's very simple. There's no big set of technical knowledge that like the average or let's say the NFT hydroponic system that runs 24 hours, you have to test the pH and all that. If you want to really make an impact in food insecurity, we need to make it as simple and as take out all the technical stuff, so that the average person could explain to you on a tissue paper how to build a system, that's simple. And so we started to do that. Now what we want to do at McDonald's is to put it into a training center for the island. We also
so are you telling me that this program is not necessarily, while the students will benefit, but it's not necessarily a program for the students, it's a program for the community?
Right, national and right across the region.
No, here's what my problem is. Right. That program is being encouraged by the church?
Well,
who's funding?
Well, we got different funding. Like first we have funding from home. We write project proposal. We ask different ministers. Like for instance, in Boca, we collaborated with Mr. Redhead to do funding, so our persons could come and.
So in St. Patrick, have you collaborated there too?
Well, we had today. We're going to see Mr. Andil in his office once he's available today to put that project proposal to him. We have also at the St. Patrick's Anglican School, secondary school, we're working with
Anglican school,
with Archdeacon Marshall.
Yeah.
So we're doing that in as many schools, Anglican schools as possible. The reason why we are focusing on schools and churches to make them training centers is that from my experience in hurricane aftermath, a lot of families across the Caribbean either going to a school or a church after a hurricane. We saw it in St. Vincent. So there's a lot of cooking being done there, but during a hurricane, after a hurricane, there's a lot of tin meats. So if we have these locations with already infrastructure established, so after the hurricane, they put back up the infrastructure, then they could grow food for those families that will be there for, let's say, how long the recovery take, or it takes for that family to leave the center. So that's what we're looking at.
Where has this program worked before?
Well, we did it in French Guiana.
It worked?
It worked, yeah. Well, we got reports where persons continue in Guyana, in Suriname also.
How good was it in Dominica? Because you've been to Dominica.
No, we haven't done this program in Dominica. We only went there as missionaries.
Okay.
But we started in St. Vincent, and I think that's...
Is it working still in St. Vincent?
Yes. I think that's a school in Bel Air, the Bel Air community. That's the schools that we did it. But once persons get the vision, the whole get to develop that mindset that food security is everyone's obligation.
But how do you see? Yes, you're going to visit the parliamentary representative for St. Patrick West, you say today. That's Mr. Joseph Andal. But you're looking at it here from parish, from a constituency point of view. But how do you see you being able to make a bigger impact remove the country or the entire country, do you see yourself working with government?
Yes, no, but not long term. What we're trying to focus on is developing leaders, nationals like John and Reginald Collins in the South. Reginald is an exceptional guy that we certify him to train, and we need more, so that we're looking at if we could get to train about 60 workshop facilitators and just let them loose across Grenada within a year or two. Then when we travel, then you will see that improvement in the food insecurity issue.
But the infrastructure that is needed for this, it's not going to be an infrastructure, or it is not going to be, it is not an infrastructure that is inexpensive. It is it's very expensive.
No, it's very okay. For instance, like the greenhouse. I try to make the project
20 by 20 greenhouse. How much did that cost me?
Okay, let's say 12 by 19.
12 by 19. Okay, go ahead.
You're taking like 5 3/4 pipes. That probably depends on where you buy it. Might cost you, let's say you pay $26 per pipe. The shade netting all depends again.
12. Hold on, I'm not very good at maths.
12 by 19.
Yeah. I'm trying. 12 by $19 per pipe. Is that what you're saying?
No, all depends. About 26. All depends.
I'm trying to find the calculator on the computer here. I'm not finding it. But JD, do me some maths there. You're very good at maths. You did all the maths in your life for Gittins Pharmacy. I'm sure you still could do it. Yeah.
So let's say less than $2,000 per system.
No. Hold on. Let's do it by item.
Okay.
12 pipes. Is it all 19 pipes?
No, not 12 pipes.
How many pipes?
5 3/4 pipes. Let's say $26.
So $26 per pipe.
Right.
Right. What else do we need?
Send me your phone, please.
Oh, a phone. Yeah. He's gone to get his phone. So let's do the math here, because I'm thinking.
So
here
okay, let's go back to this greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on
12 by 19 greenhouse.
Right. Let's use that as a standard.
Yes. Let's use it as a standard. Yeah.
12 by 19. So you're going to use about.
Tell us what we need, and then we'll go into the cost.
Okay, so
what do we need?
5 3/4 pipes.
5 3/4 length, 3/4 pipes. That's 20-foot length.
Well, 19. All depends.
They come in 20, right?
JD? 19, 20.
Between
okay,
9.
right. So 5.
5 of those. 2 2-inch pipes.
2 2-inch pipes.
2 2-inch elbows.
2 2-inch elbows.
Yeah. So that's and then 42 yards of shade netting.
42 yards of shade netting.
That's probably about, all depends where you buy it from. Farm and gardens, you might get $20 a yard. So,
JD, do the math there for me. We're looking for about $2,500 per.
No, that's so
per
much.
greenhouse.
No, less than that. So you're having.
I'm not very good at maths, but
what is the
You have 5 multiplied by 26. That's 130 for the 3/4 pipes.
Yeah.
Plus 42 multiplied by 20.
Yeah.
Wait, 14 feet of sheer netting.
At $20?
Yes, by 20. So that's 280.
That's 480.
That's 130 and 280.
Something is not adding up.
No.
Come on. Let's
7 yards of sheer netting at $20. So you're getting 14 yards, which is 280. Plus the 5 pipes is 130. That's 410 there. The 2-inch pipe probably would be.
Put it at $26.
For the 2-inch pipe?
Well, yeah, you just calculated pipes before 26 anyway.
Yeah, give
or
or
length.
take. All
Give or
depends.
take, yeah.
Okay, $26 for the 2-inch pipe. So that's 410.
Somebody help me with some figures here. JD, what figure do you have? Total.
So that's 462 give and take for the greenhouse.
For a greenhouse.
Yes.
If I go to
Well, let's round it up at 5 if you put in a length of half-inch steel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a greenhouse.
And then transportation to carry the material there and everything. Right? But we rounded up at $500 per greenhouse.
Right. And then you have the hydroponic system. Now, it all depends on your needs, whether you just want it for your home or if you want to go into a commercial aspect. So let's say the average household, you're going to use two 4-inch pipes. That would give you, you could cut those in half and you have a good system to, help supplement your nutrition intake. So that's about $65 per pipe.
130.
That's $130. That's where you're going to grow now, the system. Then you're having another 2 3/4 half-inch pipe. That's where you're going to build the drip. And then a block of cocoa peat probably will take you around $28.
So where are you getting the water from?
Okay, that's a good question. We also train persons to harvest the water. And you could use what we call gravity feed your system. So let's say you have your tank. Once your tank is higher than your system, we build a system on a stand 3 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you won't get out of the traditional thing of bending down and forking, and all that. So we build a system on 3 feet stands, 3 feet wide. So you attach your 55-gallon drum higher than your system so that gravity will feed it. You can add
You're talking.
So let's say about.
You're talking also about climate change.
Right.
And in the same breath, you're telling me about
food security.
No, water harvesting. Climate change does not go one way in terms of it brings you rain or hurricane or whatever. It goes 2 ways.
Drought.
It brings you drought.
Yes.
If climate change is correct, it brings you drought also. Caller, hold on, I'm coming to you. Now, what happens, and water, once you're using water, and even if you're not using, I have some water in a drum home that I have covered. I uncovered the drum because I do a little bit of water harvesting. I uncovered the drum yesterday because I hadn't checked it for a while. And it is half filled, which tells me that the water evaporated. Because there's been sun. There hasn't been rain for a while. A little bit this morning, I think. Now, how am I going to deal with this? I'm doing water harvesting. I have my hydroponics running. How am I going to deal with this when I do not have water? My water is gone. Am I going to now turn to the water that is chlorinated? Tell me.
Okay. First and foremost, if you don't have the tools, right, in your toolkit, like how to harvest the water, how to build all these things, then you are further out to sea than if you have them. So like you have the tools and climate change impact you at any given moment. Then you use your imagination, like, okay,
I'm going to imagine water? Come on.
No, let me finish, please. So we also teach, there's a thing called, in hydroponics, called the deep water culture, where you just build a reservoir that would keep your nutrient solution and then you grow it from that. So in that way you're using less water, right? But it's not every year that we're going to have that severe drought. I mean, we never have it in the Caribbean like that, like in Sudan and those other places where the taps are dry.
No, but I asked you the question and you haven't answered me as yet.
Okay.
The question was, when the water that I harvested, when that water has dried up, because it will dry up,
Okay.
What do I do? Do I switch to chlorinated water, meaning water from the tap?
Right, if you have to do that, okay, let me explain also about these drip to waste systems. When the water comes through the system, there's the outlet where you could keep recycling that water.
I agree with you with all that you're saying. That no.
If you have to use
not once you. If I start out here with a cup of water, and the water goes through the system, and I collect that water after it goes through the system, it's no longer a cup. It's going to be like 3/4 of a cup because the system would have taken up some of it. So then I go back and start now with that same 3/4 of a cup. By the time it goes through 4 or 5 times, I don't have any more water.
Okay.
How do I get water if there is no water in the barrel?
Okay, now you can replace the water. If you take water from the tap, just leave it in the sun for a couple hours, and that would help to dechlorinize it, if that's a word. So that would get the chlorine out of that water, and you can use it back. If it comes to that extreme. So what you're talking about is on the real extreme situation. Grenada have a lot of rivers. You could find, so there's a lot of ways that you could replace the river.
I am so happy that you've said that Grenada has a lot of rivers. I am so very happy that you've said that, because today there's something that goes into law today, and it has to do with water in Grenada. Now, whereas yesterday, and it is the Water Resources Management and Regulation Act, SR 07 of 823 of Grenada, Statutory Rules and Orders, number 7 of 2025. And this goes into effect today. It went into effect last night at whatever time it turned to today. And it simply says that JD here, if he used to pump from the river, he can't do it anymore without a permission. So when you're telling me now, hey, well, we have a lot of water in Grenada, you have to pay to pump water. So there adds another cost to the $500 for the building of the thing, because that is part of the infrastructure. So you have to pay now if you use to pump water from the river.
But my objective here in this project is to equip people with the tools to have in their toolkit. I mean, whatever political issues that they may have. No,
I'm not talking
I'm not saying political. Sorry, not political.
Okay.
But whatever issues that they have to deal with. Everything calls for better vision and imagination. So if you have a law that requires you to pay, I tell farmers at home, my wife and I, we are licensed farmers in Barbados also. We people in Barbados, they complain about penal larceny. As a farmer, if you're going to put input for seeds, input for fertilizer, put input also for security to watch your crops, you know what I mean? So that is something that, people don't do, right? So you got to, everything calls for a bit of vision and imagination. So, but my job is just to put these tools in.
I'm not here to tell you what your job is. I'm just asking the questions, because when you give me and you tell me about water harvesting, and I know that there are times, and JD who farms quite a lot, he'll tell you that there are times we go as many as 4 or 5 months, sometimes 6 months. On a regular basis, we go without any real rain in the lower lands. And we're talking, if we're talking hydroponics here, we're not talking hydroponics in the mountains. We're talking hydroponics in the lowlands, in the plains, right? And if there's no water down here, what I'm trying to get from you, should it be a situation that the farmer, the backyard farmer, whatever you want to call him or her, should that person set out the hydroponics to begin with, using water from the tap and using the water harvested as icing on the cake? Like if you get the water, if you harvest the water, you set up to harvest the water, and the rain comes, so you harvest it, so you shut off now from the tap. That's what I'm trying to get from you.
Well,
can we do this? Are you recommending this?
It all depends on your, okay, let me say this. All systems, they reduce the amount of, because of the shade netting. Okay, if your plant sits outside in the open, you have to water them more often than if you have them in the shade. Okay, the growing medium also retains more water than, you know, so that would be a plus.
You do this in Barbados?
Yes.
You do that same, what you're talking here, you do that in Barbados?
Yes, we do.
So you depend, because you have to be depending on something. How do you get water?
Well, we use barrels sometimes or as taps.
So you use tap water in Barbados?
For me, I hardly use it. If I go and use tap water, as I said, put it in the sun.
How many barrels do you have?
We had about 5 barrels. But
And that will give you a crop of what?
Like we got lettuce, pop chai, and it all depends on what you're growing as a farmer. So first, we just did enough for our home, for our own, you know. We weren't like doing that commercially, but more for our home.
Okay. And you purchase fertilizer and add it as a solution to the water, right? You add it to.
Okay, now the systems that we teach persons to build, you could either use synthetic fertilizer, or we also teach persons how to make their own organic fertilizer. Because you might have 2 persons. John he might like organic. So the system that we build, you could either use organic. We encourage people to make their own fertilizer and run it through the system. Or
grab those headphones there. Somebody wants to talk to you. Grab those headphones. Carefully, you take them off there. And JD, I think you need to put on yours also. There's a pair right there. Yeah. No, it's a pair of headphones there, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, put them on, and both of you hearing me, right? So if you're hearing me, you're not hearing me? JD, you're not hearing me? Are you hearing me now?
Yeah.
Good? And you, are you hearing me?
Talk again. Yeah, I could hear myself.
Good, wonderful. Good morning, caller. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
And Mr. Andrew, let me first of all congratulate you for getting the gentleman on. And DG, who I missed for a very long time.
Yeah, returning national.
Right. Nice hearing that. A lot of talk on hydroponic. I have seen it operate. I'm not too very clever of it, but I've seen it. I know it was introduced to some of the schools in St. John, and so we are aware of it. But hydroponic, okay, let us imagine that you have an acre land. You doing hydroponic, you only perhaps need quarter an acre. Am I right? What are you going to do with that rest of land? How are you going to be cultivating or keeping that rest of land that the person has?
Okay, what we're doing at McDonald's College, is that we want to build up, let's say you have hydroponics, there are other crops like root crops that cannot be grown in a hydroponic system. Take for instance carrots, cassava. Those things can be, you could plant fruit trees on that other piece of land. But hydroponics is more focused on the leafy vegetables, things like cauliflower, broccoli, lettuce, pop chai, all those things. Strawberries can be also grown. You could even probably get away with growing beets, but carrots, especially in our systems that we build, the carrots need more depth. So those
right.
crops that you could put in.
That. No, we have as Mr. Andre was telling you about the system that will be operated under with water soon, that it will take water anywhere, you have to pay a tax on it, because NASA will be in control, or the state will be in control of all the water. What happens?
No.
Because that will be an extra cost on the person, because people were irrigating, use water from the river, from the ravine, to do irrigation on the land. For instance, in the days of banana, you would have place like River and Twine and
well, the gentleman wouldn't know these places,
right.
Cliff.
No,
let's stick to the fact check, Cliff.
So
hold on, Mr. Thing. Let him finish.
Sorry, go ahead.
The point I'm making is all these waters that people were using, right, for the propagation, for the irrigation and propagation and so. What will happen? We have to pay a tax on that now.
Okay, this is my recommendation. For me, if I was the head of the Farmers Association, if you pay the tax, ask government to give it back to you as a rebate or a concession. I mean, like, if I pay, at the end of the year, pay $1,200, you tax me for $1,200 water. As a, so that is one route that farmers could take, so that you still stay within the framework of the government, but yet it's government obligation to assist farmers. So that is one form of assistance, to give back the farmers what they pay for in water is some kind of concession method. We imported the group that we trained at McDonald College. One of the participants used her farmer's license to import goods from Trinidad for the group, right? So that she got a concession letter for that. So that is something that the farmers could lobby government for. Hey, okay, you say we want to stay within the framework of the law, but let's work together. Let's find a win-win situation. We pay, and you give us back some, you help us by giving us a concession back on the water because I mean, it's not coming through the tap, it's from the river. So if we've been doing it this way for years, and you're going to say, well, we need to pay tax, so give us back some kind of concession. And that is my recommendation.
Well, that's good to lobby with the government, but I think there is a lot of lands, that are not being used, and I don't think we really have any control, government have any control on it, even government land.
All right, Cliff, let's go.
Thank you.
All right, good, thanks. It's Realist 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Speaking to Ansel. Ansel, do you have a last name?
Watts.
Ansel Watts. And Adrian Watts, good morning to you. How you doing? Is this your family here? This system that you're setting up, you spoke of gravity flow. So it's gravity flow at one end, because with hydroponics, the water is not going to just come down and just stay here. It has to flow, correct?
Right.
So what happens to the water when it gets to the other end?
Right. That's where you say you could either harvest that end and use it back, or you could run it to it's called drip to waste system. So you have to bear in mind that you're not recycling it like in the NFT system where you recycle, you have water being recycled, right, flowing back to the tank. This one is flowing out. You could catch it to reuse it, or you could channel it now to your in-ground plants. So like if you want to use, let's say we're talking about the 12 by 19 greenhouse. Your system is on a 3 feet stand. Underneath at the side of your greenhouse, you could put like a raised bed and channel that water into those raised beds at the side. So, you can also use it that way.
I don't know much about hydroponics, but we've just been joined by a gentleman who does a lot of a lot of these things. He's one of the craziest successful farmers we have in not just the north of the island, but in Grenada. Fix your microphones, huh? Yeah, get your microphone together. Yeah. And because I'm still trying to wrap my head around the water. You're saying let's do this with gravity flow. So the water, you harvest the water, goes down, water goes out. You must be using some sort of a energy source to send that water back up to the main tank again.
No, because it said, as I said, it's drip to waste. So it's not the initial concept is that it go away. So it's not recycled like in an NFT system where the water, you use a pump to recycle it back to your reservoir. So some persons either collect the water at the end, or some other persons just let it go to their in-ground plants. So you use
Bertrand John, what is that?
Morning, Andre. Morning to the listening public. And morning to
they know
your
you're here,
guests.
so you don't have to say morning. Just tell me, what is that? What is he talking about?
He's saying that, Andre, that you have different hydroponic systems.
Yes.
And some people, they drip to waste.
Uh-huh.
They drip, but they don't collect back the water. So they don't use no source of energy in order to basically run the system. And that is ideal.
Make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is ideal for things like watermelon, tomatoes, in hydroponic system. They do that a lot. Because what they do, Andre, they do it in pots that have small reservoirs. So what they do is that they will put the plant in a pot, and underneath the pot there is a small reservoir there. So the plant have water inside of there for a while, so they don't have to drip all the while. So they may drip 3-4 times for the day. When the plants exhaust what is there, they will put in fresh one. So they hardly throw away a lot of water. That's the first thing. And besides that, it's cheap. You don't have to use any form of energy, because a lot of the money in hydroponic system goes from pumps and stuff like that, go towards pump energy. So that's a good system for things like watermelon and tomatoes.
You have a system that I'm familiar with. I've seen it. I see how it works. What's the difference between that system and yours?
Because I collect the water and reuse it, treat it and reuse it back. So I don't.
So you're treating it as bringing it almost back to normal?
Bringing it back just like to how it went up.
Oh, so you adding the nutrients to it again?
Adding the nutrients to it again.
So in that system that he's speaking about, we're not adding any more nutrients
No,
to
you
it?
just have a tank of nutrients and you're feeding the plant with that for the day.
Okay.
And then there comes a time by doing it over and over, you know how long to drip for. So you don't waste, you don't have plenty runoff, so to speak. You don't waste the water.
Interesting.
If I may come in here.
If you may, you don't know if I'm going to let you in. That's a returning national.
Oh, that's what I realized. That's why it took so long to come here.
Yeah, returning national.
I actually had to
but
digest it
I'm
first.
going to keep, no, you and I are going to have another type of discussion from 9 o'clock. We're going to have them here until 9 o'clock. Yes, yes. You got like 15, 16 more minutes. Tell me.
Yeah, in this hydroponic system, you save up to 95% water, right? And then until you have the
Use your mic,
you are the
JD.
master trainer, but this gentleman is the grandmaster in hydroponics, right? So he's talking to the grandmaster. I don't even know about Calypso. You hear about teaching the grandmaster. So like he's the grandmaster in hydroponics, right? Okay.
Okay. Now, BJ, he's here, and you would have been listening.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you do listen. So they're at McDonald College, and they're using this as an opportunity to impart knowledge of hydroponics to the community, right?
Yes.
The community. And the school, again, and this is where I'm puzzled. Well, not puzzled, I'm sort of off with this, because I would want to think that the effort should go towards the school more than anything else, because that's the younger minds. That's the minds you want to quote unquote trap and start thinking this, because they're the ones who are going to have families later on down the road. But I see us focusing the attention more on the community.
Well,
yeah,
climate change, okay. Some of the benefit, like, let's say a person go through this program, the training, there are 4 streams of income that can be derived from this, out of this training. One, the crop production. The second one will be the building of the greenhouses. Let's say a person like you're busy, you say, I did the training, I build greenhouses. That's a source of income for some person in the community that is unemployed. Or you could build a system. Or the 4th stream of income would be facilitating workshops. The Caribbean is about under 45 million persons right across the Caribbean. Every island is being impacted by climate change. Every island have issues with food security. You do this training, you could go from Grenada, any part of the world, and still generate an income from either one of those 4 streams. Either you facilitate a workshop, let's say in Martinique or in Barbados. You go Trinidad, you could do the same thing. You go Europe, you go Canada. So we want to impart these tools to communities. Now, what it would also do, this approach, is that you're getting parents and children working collectively to combat food insecurity. And it would also create a legacy. So let's say you as a parent, you come to training, you learn, you go home, you set up your infrastructure, you got your children, you might put on a timer on it that with a smartphone, so that the children know that's a legacy you'll be passing on to your children, then they in turn passing it on to their children. So that's the approach that we are taking, because we know that the Ministry of Education has an agriculture set program, right, for children to do the whatever.
All right. So now, tell us, are you working along with any government ministry in relation to this, or is just a something that you're doing for yourself and Brother Oswald Charles?
What we try to do is we haven't, well, outside of those 2 ministers, those 2 areas that we spoke about last year. For this year, we haven't.
Did you work with government, or did you work with these people individually?
Individually, not with government.
Not the government.
No. So, but hopefully know that that's why we are training persons like Reginald Collins to take over the project, because we're not going to be here. I don't think that after Easter we will be here. So the more persons in Grenada that we get to get involved, then like as missionaries, when we go into a country to plant a church, we work ourselves out of a job so that the local nationals could take over the running of the project. And that's how projects should be, not that, we spend 5-6 years in Grenada training persons. We train John, we train Reginald Collins, we train other persons, and then they in turn train other nationals. So that's the format that we take.
And your primary objective in Grenada, because I asked what we'll call very tough questions. People call it that. Other people say I'm dumb.
Right.
But your primary objective in Grenada is saving agriculture and not saving souls.
Well, we do both, because
yeah, I know you do both.
Yes.
That's why I ask you, what is your primary objective?
Well, we do both because we still do. Okay, my primary, the gospel has to be balanced, right? If you traditionally people come into a community, and rather than just going, okay, we started this project during COVID to build a bridge between the church and the community, right? So rather than give a family a bag of food this week, and then at the church, then you have to go back then and give them another bag of food. You teach them how to grow their own food. So it's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So we try to combine the 2.
Okay. BJ?
Yes, Andre?
How do you see something like this in our community? Because he has been to town of St. George. He worked along with Claudette Joseph, he indicated. And he's also been to St. George Northeast, worked with Ron Redhead. Looking to meet up today with Joseph Handel. How do you see this working in our community?
I think this is making sense, Andre. Once you're imparting knowledge that can help the population feed themselves, because we do have that problem with regard to feeding ourselves. I am looking at a bigger picture, Andre.
Talk to me, bro.
I was listening to the conversation this morning, and I can't help thinking that I involved in hydroponics 30 odd years ago. And when I just started doing it, there was a lot of farmers that say, you know something, that is artificial food. And they have nothing to do with it. And 30 years later, those are the same people that are trying to gain the knowledge. You're 30 years late.
Yeah.
I am saying that you...
But I say this.
I am...
Go on.
I am saying that it's better to start than never start. And we have a lot of catching up to do. I welcome those projects and I welcome those initiatives. However, it's time the government find the resources and seriously invest in the hydroponics. If you think about the quantity of water that we have, and if you're thinking about how our topography stay, that's the only serious kind of farming that we can do to genuinely make money.
See, BJ, one of the things is that I always find myself and real FM and that holding what I consider to be the dirty end of the stick. And what do I mean by this? Organizations, government of course heads the list, and organizations who do this, they somehow end up here.
Where,
and no,
Yeah.
at this station.
Oh.
They somehow end up here, and I feel good to be able to assist them in imparting knowledge. And then when the bigger organizations and the government pick them up and they're all funded and looking good and riding around in pickups with air conditioning and automatic transmissions and stuff, they pass this institution along the way, not remembering what happened. I hope it doesn't happen with you, and I'm speaking straight here.
No, by Easter we are gone. We heading over to Haiti, then Suriname. But
That's not an excuse.
no, we won't be here. So
That's still not an excuse.
no, but I mean what I'm saying, we won't have that opportunity. So you'll have to deal with like Reginald Collins and Mr. John.
If you go, listen to this. This is a nice one. If you convert one person while you're here,
Right.
you take that with you. Eh? The fact that you have converted one person. So if I suffer when you're gone, take that with you also. You can't just take
But
gold.
I
You have
will-
to take everything.
I will make mention of it on our website.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now you go. Now, you said that you're going to be gone by Easter. Would you return? Would you return so as to look to see how your work is going? Or would you depend on getting monthly, weekly, yearly, quarterly reports from people like JD and so on?
Yes.
How would you do that? Return or take reports?
I would rather take reports
Mhm.
because from Haiti and maybe reaching Suriname, I think, well, we just go into our own commercial farming. But I think that we would have trained enough people that could, take the vision forward.
Okay.
Because as I said, every good leader should work himself out of a job. You don't want to hold on to, for that way. So we'll be focusing more on South America. Because I kind of scared of the hurricanes and the earthquakes. South America, we don't have much. So we want to head over there. So we depended on monthly reports from John and Reginald Collins. And I think that...
Who is Reginald Collins, Jay?
He's a gentleman that I met from, I think that's Woodburn. Woburn? Yeah. He's a very good, a natural in facilitating, have a love for facilitating.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's setting up a training center in that area in St. George's South. He's very good. I think he's...
Because you keep mentioning, he's like a reoccurring decimal in
he's
your
like-
mind.
Because I like him, and
You like
I
him.
want people to get to know that with food security, if Grenada, with persons like him and Mr. John, then I say that Grenada food security is and Mr. and Eric
Bertrand John.
Bertrand, right? Grenada food security will be in good hands, because the most important thing is to take a say as a national effort. One of the things that as a missionary we look at different countries and the redemptive gifts, and the redemptive gift for Grenada is mobilization.
Hey, I'm going to give you a gift here. I'm going to give you a gift because we always like to, and here's my gift. JD is your go-to person, your point person here.
Yes.
And you do have classes, right, where you teach these things and you have people coming. How many people do you guys have?
Well, because it varies. It all depends how the word get out. At McDonald's School, they use the parents, teachers, their chat group. At St. Andrews Anglican Secretary, they use the chat group. So I hope that persons would hear us on this program and would respond by connecting either with Mr. John or myself.
You do it differently, meaning you do gravity flow, you deal with rainwater harvesting. I think BJ does rainwater harvesting also. Yeah, BJ?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to give you a gift. Now, your point person is going to liaise with him. And I'm giving you an invitation to his farm.
Right.
So he's going to let you know when you can bring a couple of persons so they can really see this being done. Right, BJ?
Anytime.
There you go, see? And you didn't know you were going to get a gift when you came here this morning. You didn't know you were good. So you got that gift. So you can bring a group of them and you can, I think students have been to your farm, right, BJ?
All the time.
All the time. So you still can bring the McDonald College students who are in, and you liaise with him, find when he's going to be there, because he has dogs. Yeah, and find when he's going to be there, and they can go and see how hydroponics is done on a large commercial scale.
Yes.
Yeah?
Right.
Right. So you see, we've got a call. Let's take this call, and then we have to cut. You got a final word, my brother?
I'll say something, yeah.
God, say it. Let them. You take the call.
Take the call.
You say it, and we're gonna take the call.
Hopefully we're setting up a site by me, a demonstration site.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So, and I'm requesting, apart from visiting BJ, I'm requesting some shade nettings from BJ.
No, he doesn't have any to give away right now. Ask me. I'm the manager of the farm. He doesn't have any to give away right now. A final word, encouragement, and then we take the call, and then we go to the news.
Right, I encourage persons to call, we want to start a workshop next Monday. Call and find out to register. It's your responsibility to look out for your nutrition intake. Nobody else but you.
Nobody else but you. We got the call. Let's take the call. Good morning.
Yes, I would have preferred the gentleman work with the Ministry of Agriculture.
That's what you prefer. That's not what's happening.
No, I didn't say this, that's what's happening. I am saying my belief. I would have preferred work with the Ministry of Agriculture instead of working with the ministers, so that the ministry get their personnel who would be more in touch with the hydroponic and spread the message.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Have a great one. It's Realist 91. Goodbye, guys. Take care. God bless you. News, that's next.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update as produced by Triple N. The details when I return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back locally. In alignment with the recent budget announcement by Honorable Tevin Andrew, Minister for Carriacou and Peaty Martinique Affairs, the Ministry of Health has launched the Paradise Beach Enhancement Project to preserve the beach's reputation as one of the world's finest. As part of the initiative, the ministry has begun tagging derelict boats on the property. Owners or interested parties are urged to visit Paradise Beach and secure their belongings. A one-week deadline has been set for the removal of these boats. In the region, in Jamaica, $495.8 billion has been allocated for the compensation of public sector employees. Finance Minister Favor Williams made the announcement during the opening of the budget debate in Parliament. She said the allocation includes new pay rates for medical consultants and parish court judges.
This includes new rates of pay for medical consultants, dental surgeons, parish court judges and probation aftercare officers, back pay for medical consultants and parish court judges, and allocation to support the employment of agricultural wardens, $1 billion to support continuation of the Jamaica National Service Corps, and a compensation contingency provision of $33 billion to meet the cost of public sector wage settlement, including a provision of $3 billion to support the filling of vacant technical positions in regional health authorities.
And in sports, in Formula 1, Lewis Hamilton says he does not feel any pressure to prove himself as he starts his Ferrari career at the season opening Australian Grand Prix. The 7-time champion left Mercedes after 12 seasons in which they became the most successful team driver combination in Formula 1 history. This ends the latest news update as produced by the Northern News Network. I am your presenter Maxine Antwine, thanking you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack is and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord. We used to ship continentals all the way down to Trinidad. revolution. We used to use up all the fruits that we had. Well, we could do nutmeg and banana was at the highest level. Now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in computer. Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Good morning to Bertrand John. How you doing, my brother?
Morning, Andre.
Everything warm and easy.
Everything warm and easy as always.
As always, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's your week?
Week is going good. Can't complain.
Trying to get the best view of you and me together. Well, I hope that one works. And do this. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. And get to the folks in a minute. I don't like how I'm seeing you, so I'm gonna try to fix you. Yeah, that might be a bit better there for you and make the best here for me. Yeah. BJ, you said your week was pretty okay.
Yes, progressing fine.
First things first for me. I'm getting ready. I'm jumping up. BJ, I don't ever campaign and lose.
That's good.
I don't ever campaign and lose.
That's why I'm staying close to you.
Ask what's his name? Anthony Bosway. Ask him. I won't campaign and lose. Don't lose.
That's good.
If you want to win, check me.
Know that to know.
Well, ask LL. He can tell you. Ask Anthony Boston, ask LL. They can tell you. And then you can't ask Daisy because she didn't ask me to do anything for her. I just did it. Because I figured it was better to have Daisy than to have Rumble. Can a man blocking drain? You understand? Literally blocking drain. I ain't guessing that. Can a man blocking drain and want to do something and represent workers? All because you're a Dickney's friend? Forget that. No, that don't happening. We could put your people, we could put Fari and them there. Remember I say I ain't saying about Fari because Fari is a Semper Navigans guys. So I ain't saying about Fari, you know. Did I say about, yeah, but I did say about Wendy. She probably hate me when she see me, but that's all right. It's not somebody I backed. But that's all right. She's in, and congratulations. I'm willing to work. That's the beauty about Andre BJ. When you campaign, you lose, time to work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
It's a good way to look at life.
But that's how it is. You campaign. If you win, you're going to work. If you lose, why shouldn't you work? You shouldn't work to undermine. Anyway, let's just leave this alone. BJ, do you use water from the river for your irrigation purposes?
I do. From the lake.
From the lake?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do that from today? Well, it started yesterday. Did you know that? It's illegal.
That's illegal.
Did you you have to get a permit?
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
If the government so decide that you need a permit in order to pump water, I have no issue with regard to that.
You have to pay,
if they think they want to collect a bit of tax, and that's the way that they think they can, get some money. Once it's done within reason and it makes sense, you have to abide. Whether or not you want to abide or not, once something becomes law, you have to follow the law of the country.
Yeah, you have to follow the laws. But BJ, what does that do for? And this might be a question to you now. What does that do for the cost of vegetables, fruits and vegetables?
Andre, there is something they call production costs, and that entails all the costs that you incur in producing a particular goods. And sometimes, or most of the time, that is what you look at, or you consider, or you analyze with regard to pricing the produce, putting a price on the thing after you produce it. And if water incur a cost, it means that somebody have to
just
pay.
say that you have to put the cost on the person, the consumer. Where the all around there from, Benji?
Andre, somebody has to
So
bear that.
you don't do that.
Somebody has to bear
That's
that cost.
somebody, just so the consumer have to bear the cost, man.
You understand?
What?
Sometimes you don't pass it on to the consumer.
Who you
Sometimes
pass it
the
to?
producer just incur that cost. Just like that.
Are you going to take that cost in, BJ?
It's quite possible. You never know.
I'm asking you because you knew it was going to happen.
Well, Andre, you just never know.
Tell the people, are you going to?
Remember.
Yeah, let me remember.
That I don't particularly do farming for money. So those intricacies, I don't particularly adhere to those or take a keen eye to those, Andre. I think that water that normally would go into the sea, and if it's not utilized, and if the farmers so decide within reason, and if it don't affect the ecosystem and whatnot, utilizing those water to produce food to feed the nation, I don't see the rationale as to why you should be charging them for it.
Okay, let me just look at it this way, BJ. You have to get a permit to pump the water, right? I don't know what the makeup is going to be, but you have to get a permit in order to pump water. Is the permit going to tell you, well, you can only pump 10 gallons a day?
No, I think it's just a matter of collecting a bit of revenue for government.
No, but okay. So, well, then you may as well just do so and just let him man just use the water, because if the permit is not going to seek to regulate
quantity,
then why are you doing it?
You just pay a standard fee. In a lot of cases, sometimes it's like that. Like they give you a fisherman license. They don't basically regulate the quantity of fish that you hold.
That you catch.
But everybody pay the same price. So
but I can't see myself paying the same price, BJ, when I only have 2 tomatoes by my house and you have a whole field.
I just wish that we can do those things within reason, and I just hope that sometimes we need to rethink decisions that we perceive that we're going to make, like something like that. We are trying to reduce the food price in Grenada. We are trying to motivate farmers. We are trying to compete. And if you're going to compete, Andrew, you need to put your farmers at an advantage. And that's one way of putting them at an advantage, to don't charge them for water.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Andrew, the world is a competitive place. And, a lot of developed countries, the governments, in those places are able to subsidize them farmers. And you can't do that because your economy is small and you're striving. So sometimes you cannot give in terms of monetary contribution, but you can do so with state resources.
Because I'd love for someone to tell me, what I'd love, BJ, is for someone to tell me this. Just tell me, okay, the money is being collected. Hey, you give Caesar what is due to Caesar. Yeah? No problem. But what is Caesar going to be doing with that money? Where does that money go to?
That's what
because
I'm saying.
If your boy, right by me there, where I get a lot of fruits and vegetables from, he pumps from the river. All right? Now, you have, what's his name? Rastaman, who just on the canal here. Yeah, he pumps from the river also. Right? Now, you're charging them, they have to pay a cost for the water from the river. And Worrell, Rastaman, Worrell is the last person down the line pumping from the river. He's the last that I know of down this line. After him is the mouth of the river, water goes into the sea. Now, how much is he changing that ecosystem, and how much is he really going to have to change that ecosystem that you put a cost? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't put a cost on it, but I don't even know how to explain it. And again, you did not have, and you promised as a government, and speaking government here, you promised that you were going to have consultation with people, more consultation with people before you implement certain things. I don't remember consultations like these. I really don't.
Andre, a lot of things that we see taking place in developed countries, sometimes we try to copy and pattern them, but it's not suited for our own, situation. So we need to be careful. Andre,
what is the
I would like to see the government pass a bill to ensure that 15 feet maybe, that's kind of a lot, maybe 15 feet, 10 feet, maybe 15 feet, from all water source should not be cultivated for agricultural crops. It should stay into natural growth.
Natural growth. That could
And when you do that, and you say, hang on, in order to maintain that, in order to monitor that, we're going to ensure that farmers are, pay a small fee for utilizing this fresh, clean, nice water, pure water.
I got you.
Ensure that when there is blockage and stuff like that in the river, that you have, just like you have traffic warden.
Yeah.
You can have water warden.
Water wardens, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that, BJ.
And, you put the money in a special place. Andrea doesn't mind paying money once this money is being utilized for, sensible things. Andre, let's face it, our waterways, our watershed area, we should treat those things divinely. We should ensure that, we take care of those things. For example, I don't mind the government installing something or making mandatory for health insurance, or say national health insurance, or say education tax, but those monies need to find itself in the right place, in the appropriate place, so you can utilize for the things that you set out to do. When man collecting money and have to pay wages and salary with it, when the economy is supposed to be basically producing that for itself, you want to know what it is happening, and then you sacrifice in the very said area that you said you're going to put the money in. Those are my concerns, Andre, not charging a small fee, maybe of a few $100s for using water. I want to make sure that, when you do those, you basically, think about sustainable development.
I don't know, this is gazetted on the 12th of March, yesterday, to the 13th. Today's March 13th, BJ?
Yes.
I just realized that.
Yes, Andre.
Oh boy, revolution.
Why not?
I just realized, March 13th.
Sometimes it's needed.
And my niece's birthday is today. I can't not call my niece. And I haven't called her yet, but she's going to kill me. Oh boy. BJ, but honestly, I have an issue with this. And I still believe that some time should have been given to the farmers and say, hey, you have until X time to walk out to get your permit and get everything in place.
And just sometimes I don't really mind that the things people do. Sometimes the way they do it, it becomes distasteful. Like, for example, I don't really mind a new hospital, so I think Grenada can do with that.
Of course.
But where is the consultation? Are this the opportune time to think about spending money on that? Couldn't we start slower and spend the money elsewhere, or part of the money elsewhere? All of those need to take into consideration. But sometimes we do things in our own, light. We don't pray.
BJ, my niece is on the line. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Everything good.
How old are you today? 45?
What do you mean if I'm 45?
I don't know. I'm asking.
No.
How
I'm not 45.
How old are you today?
What do you mean? You should know my age. You're my uncle.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Ladies never tell their age.
Duh. I can say when you're born.
Well, I'm just saying.
Just say.
Ladies never tell their age.
Okay. How are you?
Yeah.
Everything good?
Huh?
Everything good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just came down with a cold and my sinus and everything.
Happy birthday, dear heart.
Thank you, uncle.
Alright. Can I tell you something?
What?
And you'll scream. You really want to know?
You didn't have me on the air.
You do? You are on the air.
Oh my god. Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Got you.
You call me,
Yeah.
the whole grenade, and you're asking me my age.
Yeah. I wanted you to tell him that you're 45.
For the whole of Grenada to know my age.
Yeah.
Good morning, Grenada. And no, I'm not 50 yet.
How's your son?
It's good.
How's he doing? What's he doing for mommy today?
I don't know. I'm going outside by myself and get what I want.
Are you working today?
No, I'm not working today. I'm off. I took my birthday off.
Bah, you know we do that. We don't work on our birthdays. Nah.
I'm not working on my birthday.
Ain't doing that at all. How's your short sister?
Everybody's fine.
Okay, I hope she does something special for you today.
No.
You think?
We shall see.
Yeah, we should see.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to take myself to the jewelry store and get what I want.
Wow, that's my niece. Hey, my birthday is coming up, and niece, you better take yourself to the jewelry store when my birthday comes along.
I'm going to go tap my card.
Yeah, all right, I hear you, girlfriend. Take care of yourself. Have a happy birthday now. Go and call your aunt. Go and call your aunt. Did you speak to her for the morning?
No, she hasn't called me yet.
She ain't called you yet? Something strange.
No.
You better call her.
Well, I guess everybody abandoned me this morning.
Not me. You see who's your best uncle? I told you so. Take care now. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. BJ, my niece. One of my lovely nieces.
It's nice.
She's in Canada, Toronto to be exact. And I just remember that today was her birthday. So that call was her birthday present. See, I'm a nice guy. BJ, while we talk agriculture, we must hop on. And I know you listen because I did provide it for you. I provided the entire contribution to the debate on the budget by the Minister for Agriculture. Did you hear it, BJ?
I did.
And talk to me about it. What did it say to you?
You know something, Andre?
I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be sitting here. What is it?
The truth is that I would like to tell you what I think about what I heard the Minister of Agriculture said off air.
You prefer to tell me off air?
Off air.
I'm going to switch the microphones off. We're still there. We're here, folks. We ain't going nowhere. Stop.
Honestly, as if which food would get also. Honestly, when I ask, who dog what? They don't realize it's in Maria. I swear to God.
Oh my God, BJ.
I swear to God.
No, you didn't. I to this day, I'm still flabbergasted by him and his utterances. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm still waiting to hear from him. What are the plans for agriculture for 2025? I've not heard anything. Did you hear something that I missed?
Andre, he made a few important statements. He said that they're gonna actually start a tissue culture lab.
I heard that before. I heard that before.
That a year or so
come
before.
on, I heard that before.
And you know, we have something to look forward to. I thought, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That I heard that before, baby.
Yeah. However, Andre,
did you hear anything, BJ?
Yes, I did.
About the Maribor Farm School?
Yes, he said that they reactivated it.
They reactivated
Yeah, and
it.
they say they have a few students there and stuff, and this will become the center of excellence.
Great, wonderful.
So I thought, those things are, but as usual, Andre, people like me don't really bother with what people say too much. Look at end result. I look at action. I keep telling you that this year budget, I have no interest in it. You can talk about level. Last year, tell me what you did and tell me what is your accomplishment based on what you budgeted.
We got a caller. Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I've been listening to some aspect of the Minister of Agriculture. And in response to statement made by the opposition, he said that if individuals did not get the money from the hurricane, they should go to the Ministry of Agriculture.
I heard that.
And the Ministry of Agriculture department say they have no information on that, they have no directive on that.
Ah, come on, no, you joking.
So I've already tested it. I did not expect them to give me, but because he said that it was necessary to test the system, because then you would say you didn't go.
But did you apply before?
No, all things was in place. So I went again, and I was told that they have absolutely no directive from the minister. But if they get directive, they will call me.
They'll call you. I don't believe they'll call you.
Well, by the time they finish, tell me, I know they wanted to get rid of me as fast as possible. Maybe they didn't want to associate with me so far. So the Minister of Agriculture, if he makes a statement like that, then he should have informed the Ministry of Agriculture. Otherwise, he's just blatantly lying. And it is not right, it is unfair. A number of farmers who are bona fide strong farmers did not get assistance. And some of them farm more than 5 acres of land. Some of them got 450. And it seems they are deliberately selecting farmers for prosecution. So I felt it absolutely necessary to test the system. Otherwise I would not bother. But I tested the system.
So you tested it?
So the minister lied.
BJ, did you test the system?
To see if what the minister saying is true? Andre, my brain don't really function that way. Like most people. If I find that, a group of people telling lies, it will be very difficult for them to convince me. I don't particularly take what they're saying serious. So since I don't take it serious, I don't have no reason to crash check. I don't take a lot of people serious. I don't take a lot of group of people serious. Andre, if you're accustomed telling lies, rationally my brain is telling me, hang on, BJ, if you want entertainment, you listen to those people, but don't really take them too serious. Why should I go and check something that I know right from the outset is political distribution of money that took place? Why did you took 7-8 months before you start to distribute a few dollars to assist farmers after a hurricane? When you get 118 million a few days after the hurricane passed? You're basically planning how to give your friends money. What else again, Andre? I expect what it is happening now, I do expect it. So there is no reason for me to cross check it. I don't expect Francis Pierre to get any money. And so he's a lot of farmers I don't expect.
But you got some?
Yes, Andre. Okay. Because I use your medium. And I don't think
maybe you might get it though. Yeah.
Francis probably get something now if he call twice, 3 times again.
Yeah,
they probably
or they better but seriously, or they better pay Francis.
Andre, the bigger picture is that here you are. You have ardent farmers. Francis would have known him as a farmer from God nowhere. He had his supermarket, he planted tanya, he planted whatever. He goes to the farm, he always make food available for people in the community. Here you are, you say you're giving people, a kickstart, and he took down all the necessary, information. They took it down from him, and he go to collect money, and there is nothing for him. And you want to know if it's victimization, you want to know what is what. People who don't even have no farm, they collect money and they got it first. And you want to know what it is going on with this government. Andre, sometimes when you're trying to dig a pit to put somebody, it's your own pit you're digging, but you just doesn't know it.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to be careful with that kind of way we want to live. Thinking that, you know, we're stuck in our own physical realm and thinking that we can abuse people because we only see the world and in its physical form. We only think about it in terms of monetary gains and value. There is something beyond that. There is something more to life than that. I've seen a lot of people throughout my lifetime own a lot of money, have a lot of money, and they're very miserable, and the money means nothing to them. Sometimes they have the money, and they couldn't even tell the value of a $20 or of $100 because they have all kind of funny diseases, and they couldn't even recognize their own children, far less. Yes, they were behaving as though we can abuse one set of people and, you know, promote one set. Where are we going with that kind of philosophy, Andre? The devil works in mysterious ways, you know. Very, very mysterious ways. A whole heap of agents here outside here, you know, opposing as leaders. Kleptocracy, Andre. Group of people coming together to rob countries and things off of their money. And they promote it with dictatorship. In fact, you have to have a dictatorship in order to promote that.
So all in all, what grade would you give the Minister for Agriculture as it relates to his delivery and to the content of his delivery?
Andre, first I want to say that I always admire the Minister of Agriculture as a person. Actually like those. Minister Andrews. Actually, you know, very fond of him. I think if I have an advice for him, I would tell him that he probably needs to take some deep breath before he started to speak, because at the time he was shouting.
Needs to breathe.
Yes, he was shouting, and I can tell he's not breathing properly, and he's trying to say what he's saying too fast. And he needs to slow down, deliver a little more, you know, for I should put it precise. And at the time I couldn't make out what he was saying. And probably people have different, you know, speech impediments and stuff like that. So, and that's okay, I understand that. But in terms of, Andrew, what I would like to see, all right, is people say what is feasible, what makes sense, what you're going to do for sure, than you're speculating and putting people on high hopes. Andrew, bet you tell a man sometimes, brethren, I can't deal with you, you know. Then you tell him, hang on, hold on, I'm coming back. And you have him waiting for the whole day and nothing no running for him, you know. That's what it is happening.
Yeah.
You're making promises. You're telling people, you know, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and it just never seems to be happening. Andrew, that's the wrong way to be dealing with a government. That's the wrong way to be dealing with a country. That's the wrong way to be dealing with a budget and so forth. Remember, it's easy to mislead a man. That's okay, because you're on him on the street. But when you turn around and mislead a nation, you're talking something completely different. Normally you get costs for those things, you know. God costs you for those things.
I'm still trying to figure out a lot of what the government has said in their budget for 2026, which is like 3 months into the year. I'm still trying to figure that out, and more so with the Minister for Agriculture, because I got to, and I don't know if his thing was to let people get turned off by his presentation, BJ. Let people get turned off by his presentation, so that what they will say at the end is that, you know what, I really didn't listen to him, because he knew that he did not have anything to tell the people of the nation, and by extension, of course, the farmers of the nation. He had nothing to say.
Andre, do you listen to a budget? A budget is basically some figures and say where you intend to spend those figures. All right? Are you find anybody was, you know, most people was talking anything to do with figures? The guys them was making political speech and statement to stay in power, to see who, that's what it comes to, Andre. The substance, the essence of the thing. You forget what it is you're there for, and you're thinking about the payment you're getting every month, and you need it so much that if you don't start telling lies, you're afraid going to erode under you.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases, you're causing to erode faster, because the nation outside, know what it is going on.
We got a caller. Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Andre. I could testify to that. I sort of got kind of confused with the Minister of Agriculture. I wasn't certain where he's going. And the same thing that Mr. Pierre just ring and say that, he say, we have a lot of money. We have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, why you ask? Why you still go to lend money? We go pay that. We go pay everything. We have a lot of money.
But you see, that is where the again, diversionary tactics. Now he has you thinking about that, thinking about the monies that he's saying that government has. However, you cannot tell me, Clifford, something that he really said in the budget that would affect Clifford as a farmer, because he did not speak to anything like that. He spoke. He just made a lot of noises, got people turned off, so that at the end of the day, when you ask, well, what did he say in the budget about agriculture? And people be like, well, I don't remember, because I didn't really listen.
Well, to be honest, I did hear certain things he said. I talk about Maribo, is the hub now and whatnot. All that was discussed years ago. Since Peter David was there, it was said that Maribo would be the headquarters of agriculture and whatnot. This is nothing new. All these things about farm school repair and whatnot, these things are nothing new. The impression he gave is that it's a highlight of just coming from them, and it's not quite true.
Clifford, let me just say this, a little bit of information that I have come to know. Maribo, and I'm talking the hospital and all the land around it, is about between 15 to 20 acres. That's a land around. Let me put it this way, government land around the hospital area, and that land is being farmed by small plots by people around in the Maribo area. And the first time the government spoke of this hospital that it wished to do, I was like, thank God, finally they're going to use Maribo as the pilot. But then I got to realize that the only place sort of pilot where plane coming out is in St. David's. If you ain't doing anything where is a pilot, school bus program pilot, St. David's. New hospital, that basically that area, Rester Hall, St. David's area. Anything wash program, St. David's. Anything is in St. David's. So Maribo didn't get the hospital. So I said to myself, okay, fine. Maribo didn't get the hospital, but they still have the lands. So they're going to beef up the Maribo Farm School and start aggressively farming the areas, serving notice to the people who are farming there, of course, and say, hey, we're going to have to take the lands now because government is doing a whole big project. Serve notice to them, give them time to reap their crops, and now you start using this Maribo Farm School. That's the project. And then the Maribo Farm School can now supply, first and foremost, not marketing board, but first and foremost, they can supply all hospitals, all homes, meaning home for the aged, with fruits and vegetables. First and foremost. Excess after that, sell.
Well, I'm aware of so many lands around the farm school. The propagator and the farm school was sort of competing for part of the lands. And I'm aware about that because I went to the farm school. But perhaps the next time I'll speak up about that. But something I heard the Prime Minister said, Mr. Andrew, and I don't know if you did hear it so, and I'm very much touched about that. When the Prime Minister said to the nation that he have not collected a cent.
Clifford, I'm not going to switch over to that. I'm going to deal with that another time.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, but I'm very much touched about that.
I'm not going to switch over to that. Not now. All right, one love. BJ.
Yes.
Again, I'm not seeing the planning, because if you're going to bring the farm school back there, outside of turning out persons who are supposed to be into, you're supposed to utilize the land you have to feed the nation. So cut out having to buy callaloo, having to buy lettuce, cabbage, carrots, whatever, having to buy that for the hospitals, and I'm talking hospitals here, pluralistic. Do you understand? We have the lands. It's what? Between 20 acres, 15 to 20 acres of land.
Andre, I would have liked to see the same. I would have liked to see the Maribor Farm School activated in a holistic way, not demanding which you have it now with a few students and, trying to get, something together. They should have a definite plan. We have the resource people here who can operate a farm school. We have people here who have the experience in doing it. And, we should be able to produce enough meat, enough milk, and enough vegetable for all the hospitals, the homes, and the schools from those entities that they might have operating at that farm school. So when students come out or graduate from that farm school, they basically equipped, they are rounded in such a way that they can, fit in any, agricultural venture in the country that they might be having. They can go and set up their own agricultural venture. Andrea, how the Minister of Agriculture said that they're going to start the distribution of those animals very soon to 100 and something farmers or whatnot, or 70 something farmers, and it irritated me. It actually turned me off. That was a turn off during his presentation. And I keep telling the people at the ministry, the people at government level to listen again. There is no sense in you trying to give farmers some different stock or animal and telling them try to breed and say if you come up with that, just spice pig, they call it, and spice sheep.
Well, that's what the minister said. I heard him say spice
yes,
pig, spice goat.
Well, you can do
sheep.
that if you have a breeding facility. If you have a
Do we have?
No, that's what I'm asking the government to set up one. And you have Maribor, and don't take the animals and start distributing like mad people. They should have breeding centers, central breeding facilities where you have basically production units that somebody can go and buy 50 pigs, buy 100 pigs and set up a piggery. Somebody can go and buy 50 goats and set up a small ruminant department and stuff like that. Andre, this little 3 and 5 thing, round the corner and trying things, people doesn't do that any longer. There's a scientific way how to breed animals. You can't be hopeful about it, that you're try this with yours, and see what you get, and tell me what is the result. How are you going to how are you going to tag those things in them? How are you going to basically collect the information and evaluate it? It takes time and resources and qualified mind to do those things. So you can't just be going a budget debate and making those loose statements like you're sounding rather stupid to be doing those. And I want to know if they doesn't follow the technical people before they go speaking. Certain things they better not talk about it too. Andre, I'm asking the government again, hang on, you get some small ruminants here, you got some pigs and stuff here, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm hearing, this seems to be fairly good breed. I don't know if they're adaptable to the condition here yet. We have to wait and see that. I am saying that you need to set up central breeding facility to basically come up with a good stock that suits us, that we can basically multiply and have as our own. But you take qualified people, a qualified mind, a trained mind to do those things. You don't just come up with those things like that.
Go on, BJ, go on.
Now saying before people have something here, somebody steal it or somebody eat it or something like that. So I'm not sure if it's what you want, you're not eating it. I'm not sure, and I don't have a, I'm not sure if you know what to look for. I'm not sure about that. You're giving untrained farmers animals and say, hang on, go and breed for me and tell me what it is you get. That is something like mad people think to you.
I saw a comment here from a person on YouTube, Lynx X5. Lynx, if I believe that is you don't want you want a conversation with me, not this morning. Nah, Lynx, you're in I'm not gonna do that to you. Just know, I'm really and truly not gonna do that to you. It doesn't make sense. So have yourself a nice day. Behave like a good fella, because I behaving like a good fella. You don't want me to behave like a parliament poodle. Yeah, you don't want me to behave. You don't want me to behave like a parliament poodle this morning. You know? A parliament poodle is not a good dog. Right?
I hear you behave like that many times.
You understand? And when I behave like that, it's not good.
Not good.
It's not good. Things you don't want me to behave like a parliament poodle. Okay, so behave yourself. You know who behaving like parliament poodle already? That is a business. All right. Who behaving like parliament poodle right now is a business. I don't want to behave like a parliament poodle today. But I just say this, and I have to say this, VJ. We have made, and when I'm talking about you, Andre, and Real FM, and all our other guests who've been here, we have made an outstanding contribution in relation to imparting knowledge. Even this morning, we were imparting knowledge to people in relation to modern day agriculture, as I would call it. We have made our contribution. We are into our 21st year making contributions re-agriculture. All right? We have not received anything for it. We've not received anything for it.
You received something for it, but you just,
What?
No, you received bad name for it.
Well, yeah, that is okay. You know, I'm not even bothered about that. We have not received, and it's not that we are looking to receive anything. What we want and what will make us most happy is to see the government of the day. And this is what people's problem is, BJ. They think that, and they only think that way because they've just started to listen to us. Because 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we were speaking the same language. We were saying the same thing. Get marketing board working properly. We are saying get the Maribor Farm School off the ground. We are saying subsidize agriculture. We are saying make the farming implements, make it more accessible to people. We've been saying the same thing
over and over.
Over and over. The thing is, Lynx, I don't want to be like a poodle. But the thing is, Lynx, you have just started to listen. So now that they've just started to listen, BJ, the problem now is they are figuring that we are criticizing the National Democratic Congress. No.
We are not criticizing.
We're criticizing the system.
We are challenging the system.
Challenging the system and say, hey, system, you ain't working for the farmers.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we've been doing. BJ had a shipment of stuff to send down to Marketing Board in St. George's. Marketing Board sent a truck up BJ's side to deliver some stuff. The truck is going back down empty. So BJ said, oh, take the thing one time. They charge BJ $1,000. Is $1,000
for transportation.
Whereas I didn't mind they charging him $300-400 and say, BJ, that is for handling the stuff. But you can't charge him transportation when the truck going back the same place. So that is why we were saying, Lynx, get this, bro. That is why we were saying Marketing Board has to be restructured. And let me tell you something, what you guys don't know. We were the happiest people when the Prime Minister come in and say, hey, well, we go deal with this thing, you know.
We were singing the same tune. We're just different melody.
And he just come, and instead of dealing the thing in a nice Caribbean beat, he gone and singing jazz, or probably he into rock and roll heavy metal music with agriculture and with marketing board. So the problem is, you people, when you just started listening to Real FM, you must do so and go and check all the files we have. We have been speaking to doing better for agriculture. That is what we have been speaking to. Doing better for agriculture. We have not been speaking to that party, this party.
Nope.
What we say now is that the poodle, Minister Chotai Tekabau, that is his new name, Chotai Tekabau, him do making sense, and I am making this plea to the Prime Minister. Remove Chotai Tekabau from agriculture. It is time for your next cabinet reshuffle. Bring Ron back and put Ms. James to work in her constituency, because she really need to go and work in her constituency. Bring Ron back. He has served enough time in the wilderness. You understand? He has served enough time in the wilderness. Bring back Ron. Put Ms. James on the shelf, because it would not be good to run her again. She will lose. I know that. I tell you, she will lose. But bring Ron back and move Mr. Chotai Tekabau from agriculture. He ain't making sense. He ain't making sense. And overall, Mr. Prime Minister, you need to start looking for candidates. Yes, BJ, and you're saying something?
In relation to?
I don't know. I thought I heard you saying something.
No, I am just digesting what you're saying. And as far as I'm concerned, Andre, our program is never to, ridicule anyone or to run down any political party. I was on this program on GBN a few months ago, and someone called and they said, a prominent caller, he said, well, Mr. John, don't you know what you're saying is implicating your own party? And I said, well, if my party make a mistake, aren't I supposed to come publicly and say, hang on, guys, we make a mistake here? Aren't that make me a better person?
Yep.
Aren't you trusting me a bit more?
It should.
He said, well, BJ, you sound like a fresh breath, and I'm liking it. And
breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and I said, well, cool, brethren, you know something? As far as I'm concerned, my party didn't send me here to run down another party.
No.
Or to say that, this one better than this one. We are talking about issues. And that's the problem we have in Grenada, Andre. People watch face. They don't talk about issue. They watch your face, and if it's green or yellow, they perceive you in a particular way. That's the wrong way to live, colleagues. Politics is what dividing us and causing us to be where we are today.
Include that in your final statement, because you only got about 3 minutes to go.
Because, Andre, we really need to live and function in a collective way. And any form of divisiveness, any language that perpetrate that, we should, burn that out. We as a people need to live in a collective way, in a way that makes sense. Humanity, that's what it was created for. Otherwise, we'll be in isolation, in little clans and little this and little that. Animals that live that way. Human beings aren't made to live that way.
My final statement this morning is going to come after we take this call. Morning. Hello? Lost that one. So here goes. Do something. Do something for agriculture. For too long, the farmers of the nation continue to struggle. Please, do something for agriculture. Do something about the Grenada Cocoa Association. Do something about the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association. Do something for the farmers who are into soursop. Do something. Do something for them. Now more than ever, the farmers of the nation need your help. You have monies that are targeted to the farmers, give it to them. And stop treating it like a political football. Playing to where you believe you could score a goal. The goal you can score is taking agriculture to the next level. You have started at the Maribor Farm School. I congratulate you. Brilliant. Do more. Do something to take Clifford out of his home so that he will be able to make a contribution to the cocoa industry. So Hastic, do something. Senator, what's his name? Roderick Sinclair, do something for the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association. We're not hearing about you. How could we have two main crops, i.e. cocoa, i.e. nutmegs, and let's say three, i.e. soursop, and not on any entity, not through any medium are we getting localized information about these crops, the do's and the don'ts. So my thing is, do something.
Andre, did you hear the Minister of Agriculture said that we have a surplus from last year in the Ministry of Agriculture? Andre, a surplus in the Ministry of Agriculture? The Ministry of Agriculture is a business? We saved 20-something million. How you can save that? It means that you didn't spend it for a certain project. How you can save 20-something million and people like Francis Pierre and them in trouble to get 4,500 as price support? It tells me something wrong with you. It tells me something wrong with what you set out to do. Andre, we have a whole ministry that we form that they call implementation, All this ministry interested in is building houses, nothing else. You never hear anything in agriculture, and the Ministry of Implementation get involved in that. The money they're too small. Taking too long to reach. Good morning, Grenada. Have a great day. Take care and God bless you. And keep flying the flag.
Do something.
Do something for agriculture. Andre, I was listening to you a while ago. You sounded like you was giving a Christmas message, You sounded like the Minister of Agriculture giving a Christmas message.
Hold on. No, you're disrespecting the BJ. I sound like Chotai Tekabao?
No, not in terms
I sound like the poodle. Which one?
Not in that context.
What context?
In the context of your content of your statement. You sounded great.
Do something.
Do something.
Yeah, man.
Have a good day.
Respect.
Take care.
Bye, Grenada. Take care.
Like they want to structure the plan. Well, from the to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man, Jack didn't do too bad. After that, the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada. Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
Hello and welcome back. I am your presenter, Kira Gunport. Locally, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands is set to roll out several major projects as part of the government's commitment to reducing Grenada's food import bill by 25% in 2025. This announcement was made by Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Forestry, Economic Development and Cooperatives, Honorable Lennox Andrews, during his contribution to the debate on the 2025 estimates of revenue and expenditure.